You think I know? Something else is happening. I don't think that's the reason. I very nearly say so, but decide against it. Ugh. We have the same ideas when we go about something like that, Hisao. There's no point trying to draw it out of her. She doesn't want to tell me, especially when she's in a foul mood like this. If you're sure, I'll see you later then. As I turn down the hall to go to my classroom, Lilly's soft voice rings out from behind me. Hisao, yeah? Dot. I'm sorry. What? With that, Lilly makes off down the hallway to her own class, her hand skating along the metal railings. I stand still and watch her until she turns into her classroom and out of sight, before going to my own class with a fair measure of reluctance. As usual, I'm early. Muto is fiddling with folders and papers on his desk as he prepares for the day while a handful of students mill about, chatting away. While my feelings about Lilly haven't dissipated, yeah. Far from it. My God, what the hell was that? Far from it, her mention of my exam performance did remind me that I have my own life's journey to attend to. After thinking about it, I have realized that I do genuinely want to pursue science in some form as a career, rather than it simply being the path of least resistance. Until now, no. I didn't have much of an idea of where in the field I wanted to go. Just science is a pretty broad category of jobs. Something Lilly mentioned earlier focused my thoughts, something I'd only idly pondered about before. I'd not seriously considered following this specific path. I walk up to Muto's desk, his attention too focused on preparing for the day's lessons to notice my approach. It's the same every day. Good morning. He looks up with an expression of mild surprise that's quickly replaced by his typical awkward smile. Good morning, Nakai. Can I help you? Do you mind if I ask you something? He looks down at his messy pile of books on the desk before putting down the papers in his hand and standing up with some difficulty to properly address me. That's what I'm here for, after all. Ask away. I was just wondering, what would you say is the motivation behind teaching? He thinks on this question for a few moments before responding, evidently far from having a prepared answer. If you talk to 10 different teachers, I think you'll get 10 different answers to that question. While I can only speak for myself, I'd say that I teach because... He sinks into thought again, carefully assessing the way he wishes to present his idea. Think of it this way. When you were a child, you probably played with sticks and pebbles in moving water, such as the gutter or pebbles, right? Yeah, I think a lot of people do that when they're young. I didn't. Well, it's not just when they're young for some, though it does take on another form. My point is, though, that when one is doing that, they're curious about how the water will flow or be changed. Everyone has, at that young age, possesses an intense wonderment about how the world around them works, even in its smallest form. I still feel that sense of wonderment about the universe. Even just reading about new discoveries or classic experiments gives me a renewed sense of awe at how marvellous everything is, from the farthest stars to the smallest puddle. I just hope that I can give others even a small piece of that wonderment I feel. If I can do that, even if it's just for one person, I think that I can be happy as a teacher. He scratches his head as he mentally reviews what he said. I feel like I understand him better now. Even if he's awkward around others, he does have a have a genuine want to be around them and offer them a piece of his self that he values. What Lilly told me yesterday rings in my ear. I think you get on well with others. Huh. She always did say I was unusually curious. Sorry if that was a little meandering. Does it answer your question? It does, thank you. I also had another question, actually. Oh, what might that be? Do you have any college brochures or guides? It's about time I started getting some applications in. He nods and bends down to look inside his desk. As he does so, I notice that he is wearing a remarkably genuine smile. I don't think I've ever really seen him act this natural around others. Perhaps this isn't Muto the teacher, but rather Muto the person. Here, if you need any more, feel free to ask. He hands me about half a dozen brochures and booklets of various colours and sizes, which I take eagerly. Yes, it will be this information which I'll use to forge my own future. I think now, after all this time and these trials, I can finally start to see the big picture of my life ahead of me. My body may be like this, but my mind is still very much able. Thank you. Nothing like seeing your girlfriend fall over to, think about your future. Oh, God. This is strange. I was just about to say then. I was shocked. Why was my screen still black? And then I noticed, this is strange. That single thought has graced my mind a countless number of times since my life here began. What the frick is that? Oh, it's this house turned into a cup of tea! It feels like an easy way to discard a troubling question, as if simply labeling something with those 3 words will make it go away, or at least not worth thinking about any further. My life before my heart attack feels more blurry every time. I try to remember it, and my mind struggles to keep up with all the events suddenly happening around me since. I heard somewhere that this is what it feels like to be left stranded in a country with only the most basic understanding of the local language. Indeed, when I think about it, that seems a marvellously apt analogy for what's happened to me. Oh, I hate this text, please! But such situations are also supposed to make you very capable in that language very fast, as you're forced to learn it in order to survive. Put another way, the situation becomes sink or swim. I wonder if I've really managed to swim after all this time. The exams are stressing me out a lot, even though they're finally come to an end. But I have remained in Muto's favour, and I have some sort of direction for my future now. But I keep using that stupid, meaningless phrase. This is strange. Oh God, leave me alone! It really is amazing how fast one comes to accept being surrounded by people with sometimes incredibly jarring disabilities and conditions. So much so that I really wonder why I feel so much like a foreigner. It certainly isn't for lack of socialization or friends. I've come to know most of my classmates on first name terms, and know a few others around the school, whether they're missing an arm or a leg. The students here are just like anyone else at their age. Oh God. Oh, sorry about that. I can navigate the halls that I once lost myself in with ease. I'd not expected to ever have, thanks to the school's logical layout, and can engage my teachers in comfortable discussions. Finally! I swirl around gently, the tea in my cup, the reflected image of my face becoming distorted by the moving liquid. This is strange. I used to hate drinking tea. Maybe I'm thinking too much. The familiar sound of china rattling from a teacup touching an accompanying saucer rings out. Is something the matter? Don't worry, it's nothing. Oh! Well, hello there! Haruko, I've missed you. I take a long sip of the tea in front of me, as the girls do. Just whiling away the time in Lily's room, sipping tea with her and Hanako. It feels familiar, almost nostalgic. Oh, God! Beautiful. So, how's your work in the newspaper club going, Hanako? I want to know too. It sounds like it would be quite interesting. Hanako's face turns down at the attention placed upon her, though her smile belies the fact that she generally likes being the center of interest for the two of us. It's good. I think I'm getting better at it. They sound different. Naomi and a couple of her friends handle most of their jobs, getting stories and stuff. I just do the computer things. I knew you would! Oh, I knew it. Like putting the stories together and getting it printed. It's nice, since I can sit and concentrate. I see Lily's low-tech nature isn't shared by Hanako. While sitting in a room compiling other people's newspaper articles into documents doesn't strike me as overly outgoing. It is heartening to see her widening her circle of friends. Baby steps, I guess. It's probably a bit much to be expecting her to become a socialite like Lily. How are you finding... Oh my god! How are you finding Naomi? I've heard she can be quite troublesome at times. And Lily's going into a mothering mode over Hanako. Letting go of her is something she's had to learn. Hanako scratches her cheek, thinking on her answer. Naomi's nice. She's a bit loud sometimes and a bit tiring, but she's really helpful. Her friends are nice too. That's wonderful. Oh my god. That's wonderful to hear. That's wonderful to hear, Hanako. I'm glad you found a source of such enjoyment. Lily's smile is warm and genuine, but I can sense a touch of wistfulness to it as well. Hanako seems to miss that entirely, but I don't think for a second that I'm imagining it. I suppose it's because I've slowly come to pay more and more attention to everything going on around me. With things seemingly happening faster and faster, it feels like I'll miss something if I'm not as observant as possible. With the exams, my newfound love life, trying to fit in some studying regarding my options for college and university, and my heart condition applying the brakes on everything at irritatingly random times. My brain's been in overdrive recently. It makes me appreciate the rare quiet times such as these. I guess this is why Lily came to appreciate her weekly walks to the convenience store and her tea parties with Hanako. Despite her like of being surrounded by others, they gave her a moment of peace in a chaotic, busy life. Thank God the exams are over, eh? The comment draws an earnest chuckle from both of the girls. It seems like everybody's been a lot happier since the exams ended last week. So what are you doing for the summer holidays, Hanako? Stop. I quickly count the days in my head. Today is Monday and school finishes on Saturday. 5 days to go after all. I was thinking of travelling just around a bit. There's a lot of places I want to see, and I think I have enough money to pay for the bus and train rides. Naomi and one of the girls in the newspaper club said they might come along too. Her look indicates she's given the matter quite a lot of thought. I'm kind of surprised that she's contemplating something like this. I'm proud of you.